Is this third seal of the book of Revelation about to be cracked? I gotta move you guys over here. A little far away. There we go. Is the third seal of the book of Revelation about to be cracked? What does that mean exactly? We're going to talk about that today. Huge stock market falls are coming over the next few weeks. What should you invest your money in? Germany took over 3 Russian refineries. Will this lead to my past warnings to our friends in Germany? The prediction I made about Germany in the past? Will it lead to the Great War that's been prophesied in many different places? We'll talk about that today. Oh, I forgot my microphone too. Shoot, I gotta go get my microphone. Hold on, I'm gonna go get my microphone. Sorry, y'all, I totally forgot my microphone. Let me plug that bad boy in. There we go. That should be better sound. Let us start again. I'm going to start all over again because then later on I can edit it out. Is the third seal of the book of Revelation about to be cracked? What exactly does that mean? We're going to talk about that today. Huge stock market falls are coming over the next couple weeks. What should you invest your money in? Germany took over 3 Russian oil refineries. Will this lead to my past warning to my friends in Germany? Is this the prophesied Great War coming? We'll talk about that today. Biden pledges to defend Taiwan. Is he crazy? Well, of course he is. We know that. But what will be the outcome of the Chinese warships that are hugging the coast of Taiwan right now? If you're not aware of that, the predicted earthquakes happened once again this past week, hitting Taiwan's really hard in the coast off the coast of Mexico with 2 false tsunami warnings. Is this my prediction and prophecy that I made a while back about false tsunami warnings unleashing a series of huge events and a real tsunami? That and much more of that today. Will the world be changing? Will world-changing events, occur on September 24th and 25th? Thank you, Sandra, with loving gratitude. So the 24th and 25th of September, is that going to be a world-changing day? We'll talk about that today. Spirit warned a storm would take out an entire power grid, remember? I told you that months ago. Well, sadly, this is the case happening right now in Puerto Rico. Are there more hurricanes in the path after the Fiona hits? Likely so. Last year, I predicted that the Queen would die, and that point in time would unleash major significant events. Today, we shall touch on this, along with topics including stormy weather, Russia's big moves, the Queen's death in relation to the book of Revelation, the European war, and so much more. Thank you, Sandra. I said that already. Welcome to my channel. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Joseph Tittel, aka Spiritman JT. Always here to bring you love, light, truth, predictions, and prophecy. If you are new to the channel and you like everything here, thank you, Gigi, for your chat cash with love. And thank you for the birthday wishes, Gigi and everybody else out there that did them. If you're new to my channel and you want to be a part of the tribe, just hit that subscribe, hit the bell and all to hopefully ensure that you get notifications. I'm here every Tuesday at approximately 6 p.m. Mountain Time and 8 or 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And that'll probably shift times when time shifts in October, the end of October. So keep that in mind. But if I'm not popping up in your notifications, then you know I'm here on Tuesdays. And I was going to take this week off, but there was so much happening in the world and so many things I wanted to share with you that I just couldn't leave you for a day. I miss you all so greatly. So down below, you'll find all of the links to my social media, including the Awaken Your Spirit community on Subscribestar. I love and appreciate each and every one of you and my supporters especially. I wouldn't be able to spend all the amounts of time that I do doing this if it weren't for you. So for that, I am greatly, greatly appreciative. Also down below, if you happen to be on Facebook, I have a fundraiser going on, birthday fundraiser for Camp Dreamcatcher. I've done many fundraisers for specifically Camp Dreamcatcher, many fundraisers for others too, but Camp Dreamcatcher holds my heart and soul because they do things for kids who are infected or affected by HIV or AIDS. It's a wonderful camp. It's the one thing many of these kids, they look forward to it all year long. So I have put the link down below if you happen to be on Facebook. The link's down below, and you can click and help read about Camp Dreamcatcher and support them. And their camp is in Philadelphia. Other than that, it's tea time. Tittle tea time, that is. Hot tea. It's hot because Sandra sent me this cool little hot plate. So anyway, we are heading into fall equinox here in the northern hemisphere, that is, in just a few days. As you know, we are also coming out of the third energy shift of 2022, which will come to a close this weekend with that Mercury retrograde still hanging in there until October. Autumn equinox, much like the birthday, and my birthday coming up in a couple of days, in which it is a time for us to focus as much as possible with complete infinite love and gratitude on all of the amazing blessings and miracles that we have harvested over the past year. That is what the autumn equinox is all about. Being that my birthday happens to fall on equinox for the fourth year in a row, it doubles my reasoning behind working really hard to hold love and gratitude for all the amazing things, accomplishments, and the fruits of which were harvested into our lives over the past year. Therefore, I would like to first and foremost thank each and every one of you for your love and support over the past year, and prior to that past year, those that have been hanging around with me that long, as well as welcoming aboard all of our new members that have joined us over the past year, those who hit that subscribe and became a part of our tribe, and those who have joined the support team community down below as well. I truly appreciate and love each and every one of you. Let me put this computer on Do Not Disturb. Too many emails beeping in my ear. With that said, I urge all of you to take some time over these next few days, and more so on the equinox itself, to stop, breathe, and thank the universe for all the blessings, the miracles, the lessons that you have learned, and the beauty of your daily existence. Remember, to our ancestors, the equinox was a very sacred day of feasting and celebrating the harvest, something that sadly is missing from our current societies. As I warned you prior to the beginning of this energy shift that we have been in for a week and a half, the Earth and humanity are both in for major shifts in consciousness, as well as the Earth plates shifting as well. We just got over the halfway point, so we're just over hump day, or for the energy shift, excuse me. And it's about a 2-week cycle. And many quakes have already hit, earthquakes. One in Taiwan, as you know, that was really destructive, as I predicted. And yes, indeed, I assure you, there's more to come. People's emotions have been running wild, while everything seems to be falling apart. Mercury's notorious for that. But I remind you that a new beginning is going to follow this time cycle that we're in, this cycle of endings and cycle of letting go. So together we can hold in the light and in love that the coming shocking world events that bring things to an end will bring us all amazing new beginnings for us personally and universally on the planet. And let us together hold that in the light. This coming week, it is likely that we are going to experience a large solar flare that I predicted probably about a month ago. We had some, but there was a big one that I mentioned in predictions that was precise of unleashing Earth events. And it seems as if it occurred already, but no, Spirit said today that there are likely solar flares. And when these solar flares occur and they hit the Earth, it brings in major shifts and events as well. So when this is occurring anytime during an energy shift, it's going to bring about historical events into a time that all of humanity will never forget. Out with the old, in with the new. That's what's important. But a lot of people don't want to, they want to hang on to that old. They don't want to change, but we're going to be forced to. It's time. But anyway, if you're not aware of the WEF's agenda for their, great big reset plan that to occur, then I urge you all to educate yourselves. I know most of you do, but maybe not everybody. Educate yourself. Just go to their website. They tell you right on there what their sick agenda is, and be ready for the fight, because the fight that we must and shall win without a doubt against this corruption that plans to enslave all of us with their new digital monetary system. As Spirit warned in the past, if you remember, a new system would have to be backed by something physical like silver or gold, for example, something natural, in order to give everyone on the planet an amazing opportunity to start over. Remember that. I said that over a year ago. But Spirit reminded me of that again today. So, as I told you in the past, this energy shift is a roller coaster ride with many ups and downs. We took a small dip down that coaster hill into a tunnel of darkness over the past weekend, and soon we're going to rush right up, back up to the top of that hill for the final drop by Monday. The final drop down that roller coaster hill. So let us take into account that this time and energy cycle is all about endings, like that of the Queen's passing. And with endings always comes new beginnings. So I'm going back again, Facebook fundraiser down below. And if you just joined me, welcome. Thanks for hanging out with me on this Tuesday Tittle Time. Good tea today. Good tea. Good tea. But also, yeah, down below you'll find those links. But I also wanted to put this out there. I've done it a million times, but people still fall for this scam that's happening on Instagram, where this scumbag keeps stealing all my pictures and all my information, creating fake profiles and emailing you, telling you that there's a message from Spirit asking for money and gift cards and crap like that. People are falling for it. Then they get mad at me and then they unsubscribe from me. Like, I didn't do it. Like, you should know better. I will never, ever send you a private message. I will never offer you some sudden message from Spirit. If I were, I would ask you for your phone number and call you, but that's not even going to happen. But if Spirit was persistent, because it has happened, not many times, but Spirit's persistent, I'd be like, quit. But no, I will never, ever private message you and ask you for personal information or ask you for donations or anything like that. That is not my page. And if you receive anything of that kind, report it immediately and block it. Thank you. Moving right along. How about this? Biden pledged to defend Taiwan. Bad. China is up in arms over Biden's words. Of course they are. So they say. That's what mass media is telling you anyway. Oh, China's up in arms. No, China wants to hear that. That's what they want to hear. Because, JB pretty much is ran and owned by them. And I thought I had a whole section on here. Yeah, here it goes. So this alone shows clearly whose side JB is on. And it's not the side of Americans. You should know that by now. Made in China, like everything else in this country. We are so on the edge of the prophesized Great War, or World War III. And 2023 could and likely will bring great wars. Maybe not the Great War, but there's more to come. 2023 is going to be a very interesting year. Again, all the more reason to be part of the tribe. Hit that subscribe and join me on my annual New Year's Day predictions, world predictions. I'm here every Tuesday, but again, annually, I think it's going to be like the 15th annual this year, something like that. It's up there, somewhere up there. It's been a long time. But make sure you check that out, because January 1st will be here before you know it. 2023 is going to be a year you're going to want to hear about for sure. I will put some teaser out before that, probably within the next month. But that's what so going back to Biden pledging to defend Taiwan. And then we have these ships off the coast of Taiwan right now, Chinese warships, basically. China wants nothing more than that. And I think that like they may not even want Taiwan. They may want it just to suck the United States into it. That would be the only reason that they would go after Taiwan. And they're watching, they're waiting, and they're planning. And it is their plan. So let's hope a fork gets thrown in their plan and screws it all up. But that is their plan. And this could happen over the next couple of weeks while we're still in this energy shift and coming out of it. But I'm thinking more likely January. So we got to keep our eye on the world in January. In January, we're in the first energy shift of the year 2023 is in January. So we have to keep our eyes peeled because that's the year's going to start off with a boom, without a doubt. Like these retrogrades and like this shift that we're in. I've been telling you for over 10 years, since 2011, actually, to be exact, that they always go out with a bang, both the energy shift and the retrograde direct. So the energy shift goes out with a bang on Saturday, this weekend. The retrograde direct goes out on the 1st of October. We're in that post shadow until I think like the 14th or 17th or something like that. But the majority of that energy, October 1st. So there are times that we're going to see major events occur. We're going to see them happen this weekend. And I'm thinking this weekend with the Queen's death happening at the beginning of this energy shift, all these earthquakes, and you know, King Charles, he's all about the WEF and the whole new, their new world order. They're all about that. It's all about that. And we don't want that. And they're going to fool people into believing that that's what you want, that it's going to help people, that it's going to help. We're going to give you money and you're going to depend on us. We'll take care of you. Don't believe it when it happens, friends. Don't believe it. And we're going to see it. Spirit just said you're going to see it more happening around in surrounding countries. And you'll know. We'll know. I'll let you know. We'll know when time comes, when it's starting. I mean, it already has started, but they haven't gotten to their key chaos point. Hopefully they won't. They meaning the dark evil ones, because I know people are like, who's they? They being the dark evil ones, the scumbags that worship Lucifer or Satan or whoever they worship. Who knows? Who cares? But anyway, I lost my spot. We're gonna do shirts that say that. World markets. See, I didn't do a whole lot of planning today. I was going to take today off, so my notes are a little scattered. I apologize. As you know, it's not usually scattered. It's very orderly. So I'm doing the best I can today. Germany takes control of 3 Russian refineries. Remember what I said a couple of weeks ago? Putin's going to make a very bold move. And we know that he just bombed the Ukrainian nuclear plant. That's what I was going to say, nuclear plant. So Putin will strike back in some way that may align with my earlier prediction that Putin's going to make a bold move. I don't believe bombing a nuclear plant's a bold move. I mean, think about it. What could be a bold move in accordance to Spirit, and Spirit saying that a couple weeks ago or about a month ago or whatever? And I would think a bold move would be bombing something in another country, like Germany, like the oil refineries. Now, here's the interesting thing. And this is why it's good to do this every Tuesday, because we can get things to line up, like things line up completely with past predictions, and they're lining up. Remember, I made a prediction about oil refinery explosions. And remember the visions I had of Desert Storm. And I know some of you may not remember Desert Storm, but that's when over in Iraq, Saddam knocked all the heads off the oil things and lit them on fire. And it was just awful environmental disaster. I had visions of that earlier this year from probably my January predictions. Being that they took over oil refineries, Germany, to try to support their power outages and their people freezing to death this winter, which was in my predictions as well. Putin making a bold move would be to take them back or take them out completely so nobody has them. Or, because I saw a big oil disaster too in the past, and I hope that doesn't happen. I hope a lot of things they say don't happen. But sending a bomb to blow up the pipeline, or cutting off the pipeline. they would be bold moves. And I believe they're moving in on a move. Like, I feel like we're in the now. This is in the now. Like, he's planning now. So I wouldn't even doubt that tomorrow we wake up and something happened, without a doubt. So I don't believe the bombing of a. Oh, I said that already. Sorry. I didn't know I typed that in there. That it's a bold move. Okay. The nuclear plant. I believe the bold move has yet to occur and may occur over the next week, perhaps on Saturday, the 24th. Something to hold in the light. And again, going back to Biden, we talked about him and what it shows. It shows that he is not for Americans. He's for China. Just by saying that and making that stupid remark, like, globally for the world to hear. They're playing that all over the world right now. And look at this idiot. Yeah, we're going to defend Taiwan. You can't even defend us right now from all the people coming into our country from all over. That include people that need a home, but it also includes terrorists, drug dealers, murderers, and everything else. You can't protect our own country from people getting in. How are you going to protect Taiwan? Dumbass, I'll tell you. So the Queen's death, I got some prophecy stuff to tell you about today, too. It's in my other notes that I didn't get to on my show notes, but my other rough notes, I'll talk about that later. Let me go with my written stuff here first. The financial realm, because I know lots of people want to know about the financial realm, right? Soon, the Federal Reserve will hike up interest rates once again. When they do, you will quickly see the world economy trickle into the darkness. Watch the markets, friends. Watch the markets very closely on September 23rd, this Friday, and watch the markets even more so when we hit Monday, September 25th. Now, do keep in mind that, again, Sunday isn't, 24th, or Monday the 26th. I'm sorry, I said 25th. It's 26th. The 25th is the new moon Sunday, which is the ending of the energy shift. But still, Spirit said today to watch the markets Friday and Monday. I see record-breaking drops in stocks coming. I've said it before, but I'm going to say it again. Some in the next few weeks and some just in the next 3 to 4 days. In complete disaster by the time we get to 2023. 2023 would be more likely the whole collapse. I said it again before, but I'll say it again. 2024 is an 8-year and 8 vibration, all revolved around financial systems. It would make more sense that they would implement some kind of new system in 2024. But, and the market collapsing, it'll be a while before something is created unless they do their reset plan, which is what they want. But people are going to resist. People are going to resist in great, great numbers, and they should resist in great, great numbers. But anyway, record-breaking drops in the stocks are coming over the next few days, next few weeks. I warned you about cryptocurrencies, and I'm warning you once again that many people are about to soon lose everything they had invested in crypto. And I said that a while ago. Again, Spirit reminded me of this today, that some of them are about to fall, like probably over the next week. Wow, I do believe there is a short window still for people to triple or quadruple their money through crypto, but I don't recommend it, of course. Even Bitcoin stands to have another huge downslide in its value. I've told you in the past to invest in physical things. Most importantly, food, water, and emergency supplies. That's what you need to keep your mind on. And once you have at least a month or two's worth of food, water, and emergency supplies, that includes medications, dog food, cat food, all that. Everybody's got to be taken care of, right? Then the next investment would be into physical things like silver and gold. And I still say silver. Silver, I've said it for the past few years. Silver is going to be the one. And then I had visions today that Spirit showed me of silver being exchanged for goods. And I don't know where I was in the vision. I don't know if I was in America or where I was. I could have been anywhere. But again, if Spirit shows me a vision of this happening in one place, it's going to spread and happen everywhere. And remember, I also said what's going to come back in the future over the few years is the equal exchange thing. The trade system, the way it used to be way back in old days, ancient days, old days, where I have this loaf of bread and I'll trade you for those eggs, or stuff like that. There's gonna be a lot of that happening. But Spirit again showed me a vision today of silver being traded for goods, and it looked like it was in a grocery store actually, like in a regular store, like exchanging. And I saw two visions, just people unloading silver that they had, like old silver. But then I saw Spirit showed me a silver coin, a big, beautiful silver coin. And it was new. It looked brand new to me. I couldn't see what was on it, but I could see that it was new and shiny. And I believe that seeing that vision shows that that's probably going to be the monetary system in the future. There's something about the silver coin that Spirit showed me. I'm not sure all of it. Again, we saw silver being exchanged for goods. That's what I saw first. But then I saw at the end of that vision a silver coin, beautiful, nice silver coin, big one. It looked like a silver dollar is what it looked like. Maybe even a little bigger than that. There was something special about that silver coin. I'm not sure what. This is the first time I got that vision was today. So I assure you that I will get more visions of that in the future, and we'll be able to put these pieces together like we usually do. But, going back to like the Putin thing, it would make sense to my visions in the past of the oil refinery being blown up, not blowing up, being blown up. It would make sense to some type of an oil disaster. That'd be the next move that the darkness will make. Let's make another big, massive oil disaster to make it look bad again. Even though we already know it's bad, but they're going to make it look worse. Oh no, we can't do this anymore. We have to do all batteries and solar and all that, which just right now is not feasible at all. It's just not going to work. It can't just switch overnight. It just isn't going to happen. Well, they won't switch, but they'll make us switch. That's what they do. They'll have their own little electric generators while we have nothing. That's in their minds. I'm not saying that's what's going to happen, but in their sick little minds. I hold in the light that we are all going to be good, and we are all going to be celebrating and together in the new earth by 2032. So always hold that in your vision. Even when things get really bad, know that you have come to this planet because you signed up for the Earth School. You wanted to be here, and you wouldn't have done it if you didn't think you could do it. And you wanted to be here especially for these times that we're in, to be a part of it, to witness these amazing times that are the most historic times in the whole universe. So physical things, silver specifically. I remember I told you in the past, this just popped in my mind, but I remembered it. Cobalt was another one. But definitely silver's the first. And I started to buy a little bit of silver, but today that thought and this coming up from Spirit makes me want to buy more. It's not that much. You can get one. Where is my silver? I think it's right here somewhere. Oh, where did I put it? Right here. There it is. My silver. Silver and gold. Little silver. So you can get these. These are only little 1 ounce little silvers. They're cool little things, and I think when I got, I don't know what silver is right now, but they were like $23 a piece. The more the merrier. Start stocking up, folks, and have some silver aside, because people say how make sure you have cash. Cash is only going to go so far. When everything falls, and it's going to, we all know it, we all feel it, we just don't know when, and that's the hardest thing with predictions of prophecy. When people say, "Oh, it's all going to happen on this date." No, nobody's ever been right so far on the exact date that this. I've predicted dates and things, and people have predicted dates and things are happening, but not precisely things happening. Like people are saying the 24th, the whole market's going to collapse. 24th is a Saturday. The markets can't collapse. It's a Saturday, at least on this side of the world. Excuse me. So yeah, invest in those kind of things, my friends. Oh yeah, that's what else I wanted to tell you too. I know it's easier said than done, but I urge you all not to be afraid, but instead get excited for the future when the new system that benefits all of us goes into place, because there will be eventually. Not sure when, but as I said, the soonest would be 2024. Truth. Let's talk a little bit about some truth. We love truth, don't we? I can't tell you all of the truth because then otherwise they'd boot us. I wouldn't be able to come on Tuesday. I'd have to do it somewhere else, and that wouldn't be fun. But new scandals in truth, exposure and truth surfaces is what Spirit had me write today together. Speaking of truth, Epstein, that creepy pedo. Yes. Notice how that all disappeared? And about the list, the list that disappeared too and became, confidential, secret confidential FBI files. They won't tell you who's on that list. They don't want you to know. And I'm not talking about the flight. They have another list that was never released. Nobody got to see the whole list. According to Spirit, there's another list. There's some list that's top secret. And Spirit said that Epstein will be back in the news, that whole thing, including Ghislaine Maxwell, who's, living it up in prison with being able to do yoga and all kinds of stuff she's allowed to do. And so this is all going to come back up, Spirit said, because it's never been finished. Eventually, that list that was top secret is going to become, will no longer be a secret, basically. So when Spirit told me that today, I got all curious. I'm like, I want to know what that list is. Can you show me the list, Spirit? So I'll have to meditate on it and see what this list is all about. But besides all this truth coming out around the Epstein thing, that's going to blow the lid. When that happens, folks, that's going to blow the lid off many people's lives. It's got to come out in a way that shocks people and wakes people the heck up. Because people will still be like, oh, he didn't do anything wrong. He was a good man. Hold on tight. Another Edward Snowden will shock the entire globe. I said this probably about a year, maybe 2 years ago. And sometimes things take 2 years to come true. Lately, they come true a lot faster because we do this more often. But some things, and I said that, and it came up again today, and I had deja vu. I'm pretty sure I said it before, but again, I had deja vu, which usually means I said it a while back. But Spirit showed me Edward Snowden today and said, look-alike. I saw basically a vision of Edward Snowden, and then I saw Spirit doing a duplicate, like a twin, showing me again that there's going to be another one, like a twin coming out. It's going to shock the globe. I believe this will occur, potentially could happen this year, soon, but I'm likely thinking during one of the energy shifts next year in 2023, so January would be the soonest. Even the next week, it's still possible while we're in this shift. And at the latest of this prediction coming into fruition, and this Edward Snowden truth dropper, because he's going to drop truth that's going to be even more mind-blowing than Edward Snowden, according to Spirit. So the latest that would be in 2024, of course, before the elections. That would be the time it would all come out, perhaps ruining the whole election for the opposing team, whatever that team is. Speaking of teams, hold on. So I have in my other notes, let me find them. Somebody popped in my mind, and I don't know all these people. And I probably am going to find it now. It's in here. So Mitt Romney. I saw that dude, Mitt Romney. I saw Mitt Romney signs in my brain. And they look like presidential signs. And I don't know who he is. I mean, I know who he is, but I don't know if he's Democrat, Republican. I don't know. I don't really care either. I'm going to think that probably he's a Demi, but I really don't know. Because, again, I don't follow that stuff as least as possible. And I don't remember who he is or what I just know that he's a political corruption guy for sure. But I call that he's going to be in the next race for 2024. Popped in my brain. Just putting that out there now. And that's 2 years. See, I told you it takes 2 years for things to happen sometimes. That would be 2 years. Anyway, yeah, Edward Snowden drop is coming. Let's talk about weather a little bit. Because by now you're already aware of the many earthquakes that are happening around the globe that all started with one predicted quake that I made, which happened off the coast of the Solomon Islands in the Pacific, which was followed by a second one, by the way. And I'm pretty sure the second one was even stronger. There have been too many this past week and a half, 7.0 or greater earthquakes that have occurred during this energy shift. One off the coast of Mexico that just happened, Taiwan, which really was devastated by the quake. And Spirit says, watch Alaska closely. That's all I got. Watch Alaska closely. Which is an easy guess that it would have to do with earthquakes. I don't know, but we'll watch it closely, see what erupts over there. But speaking of eruptions, volcano activity is at a minimal right now. What was it, yesterday or in the past couple of days? There was only one volcano erupting, which is minimum. That's very minimal. But Spirit said that it is the quiet before the large storm, a storm of hot lava. I told you, my spirit guides have a good sense of humor. And that's what they said to me. They said that it's a quiet before a large storm. And then I got a pause and I heard a storm of hot lava. I'm like, smart ass. They're funny though. You gotta have a sense of humor, right? Peru and Brazil will both be hit by quakes, and Spirit says Mother Earth has not finished with Mexico or California. Soon, Californians will be running to the streets for safety as Mama Pucho, it's Mama Earth, shakes LA and upper Northern California as well, all the way up. So from upper Northern California separately, let me separate those. Upper California, all the way up to Canadian coast. The Canadian coast, Spirit told me it's all boiling up, all the way from, again, the tip of California, all the way up to the Canadian coast. Spirit said that it's boiling with activity. And there's no way to validate that unless you can go into the earth and look right now, but it's boiling with activity. But soon we'll be able to validate that. Because Spirit said it's boiling with activity that will eventually cause a great shaking to the West Coast. If not during this energy shift, I'm definitely going to say it's going to be likely the January energy shift. So Californians, hold on tight. Not even just Californians, all the way up. But that was two separate things. They were showing me LA, and then they were showing me separately the boiling that's going on the earth. And I don't know if there's a plate there. I'm not an earthquake expert, but I'm sure there probably is a plate there that would make even more sense if it's boiling up. But that's not me. That's the Dutch sense. He's the dude that does the earthquakes. I'll have to go watch one of his videos and see if there's a plate there. But this stuff came to me today. Which is interesting because if you remember, and I don't remember, so y'all, please leave a comment. Oh, and while we're taking a pause, don't forget to click that like button because I love you and I deserve a little like, and it also shows the algorithms that you want this to show up on your feed. So really important. But moving right along. Yes, Fiona, I'll talk about that wench in a minute. She's fierce. Woo, Fiona. But anyway. So if you go back to my predictions, maybe someone else will remember the details of this. I don't remember all the details, but I remember their Spirit saying a solar flare unleashing a certain amount of quakes before like a big something huge happens. And I feel like that's what's happening right now. Again, I'd have to go back to all my predictions and look, but it makes sense because we did have all those solar flares that happened right as we came into this energy shift, which did unleash all these earthquakes, these 7.0s and greaters. And then Spirit also said, if y'all remember, I specifically said that there would be false tsunami warnings to the point that people wouldn't even pay attention to them because there were a couple false ones. And I think I said there'd be 3 false ones. Again, don't quote me on that. Someone else in the comments should be able to help us out here. I know it was either 2 or 3. Well, we already had the 2 tsunami warnings off the coast of Mexico and then over from the Pacific quake. Maybe even 3. Maybe I missed one. So that would mean, because Spirit said back a while ago that, I think it's in my weather prediction video actually. Spirit said specifically that the next tsunami warning would not be a false warning. It would be real, and people won't pay attention to it, which means more people would be affected by it. And it kind of makes sense that we're in that now. I mean, potentially it feels that way. I'd be, surprisingly, if not again, next energy shift, but I feel a wave coming. I feel it boiling in the ocean. Like under the ocean, I just feel it boiling. And I feel like there's already, and we're probably going to see this because I have a vision of it now, another blast coming out from the ocean. Remember that happened last year. But Spirit's showing me that again, and I actually see three. And I don't know if they're three all in the same area or if the same one blurts out three times. And I see the bubbles coming out of the ocean and the smoke and water shooting up. So that's interesting. I just have that vision now. So I guess that would be the one that would end up causing the tsunami. Where, I don't know. That might be in my past predictions, but I didn't get any information on that today. I warned y'all that this energy shift would bring great floods and major earthquake activity, and it has done exactly that, like Hurricane Leona. Did you know that, like Hurricane Maria, Leona took out 100% of the power in Puerto Rico? Yeah, 100%. I told you that there would be power grids that would go down, three big ones. I said one would be from weather storm. I said that one would be, they would accuse on being a hack, even though the power grid isn't hackable, whichever one it is. So remember that. And I forget what the third one was. I think the third one, I don't remember what the third one, but I know there were three. So we just had one during the energy shift. Two more to come, likely over the next week. I wouldn't doubt it, or at least by the end of the month. So again, all the more reason to be prepared, my friends, and have backup batteries, candles, all the things you need, and make sure you have them to last you weeks. You know, not just a couple candles. They're only going to last you a couple days. Just because, look at these folks in Puerto Rico. This has happened to them before, and we know what happened to them before. So please send them love and prayers. They need it. And whatever you do, don't send the Clinton Foundation any money to help them, because it only goes in their own pocket. Truth. Remember they did that for the Haitian earthquake, and the Haitians never got the darn money. They got like 1/20th of it. Anyway, so now we also have the three 7.0 or greater earthquakes in the past week. We have Taiwan, who got hit with a big one, but okay, I forgot about that. Spirit told me Taiwan was going to get hit by even a bigger one. They didn't say when, but they said Taiwan will be hit with an even bigger one. I would think now, like right after, but I could be wrong. Now, look, I don't know how earthquakes work. I would think that it would be a big one, and then the ones that follow would be smaller, but I don't know. I could be wrong, because I'm pretty sure my memory is correct when I say the one in the Pacific was like, say, a 7.0, and then the one after that was like a 7.5. So it got bigger. So I guess it could go either way. But regardless, Spirit said Taiwan's going to get a bigger one. At some part of me, there's a part of me that makes me think that China has something to do with it, because you know they have the stuff that manipulates weather and all. They all do. All the governments do. I thought that as soon as I heard about it, I just felt like China. Maybe that's why those warships are off to the side of the coast of Taiwan. Maybe they have some kind of technology on there that they haven't shared with the rest of the world. Think about it. Kind of makes sense, right? But just saying. And then also our friends in Japan are getting the worst typhoon in history. What did I say 2 weeks ago to my friends in Japan? I said, warning, Spirit warns you, get ready, be aware. But here's the thing about Japan to remind you about those predictions. I said not only major floods, but landslides that would also unleash a volcanic eruption would happen and a massive earthquake. Japan just got hit with that earthquake that I said that there would be an earthquake right where the 2011 earthquake occurred off the coast of Fukushima. And that happened. I don't know when it was, a couple months ago. Last energy shift, I think. Yeah, it was the last energy shift that happened. So a couple months ago. And they did have that big volcanic eruption that also said was going to happen. Now the floods. But I thought it went the other way around. Major floods will unleash a major mudslide that wipes out a whole village. I remember that exact vision. And that these would all lead up to a big earthquake. That I do remember that. So yeah. So friends in Japan, be very, very safe, because this all leads up likely to a big earthquake, if not now this next month, definitely come the turn of the year. I can even see part of Japan. And I don't know if it's one of the islands or not. I'm having this vision now. I see one of the part of the land going under the water. Just a part of it, like it's almost like falling into the water. So I don't know if that's a collapse from water mudslide or if it's volcanic. I'm not sure. But this vision I have is part of the land going under the water. And it looks more like the islands, and it looks more towards southern Japan when I'm looking in my brain at this map. I wish I could post my brain up on the screen so you could see what's going on in this crazy mind with the spirit people. Anyway, yeah. I can't read that far away. Sorry. Anyway, what else do I have? I feel like I missed something. Hold on. Let me go back to my notes here. I did that. Talked about that. Oh, I want to talk about the Queen's death in a minute, but that's in my other notes that I didn't finish doing today. We talked about the scandals, the exposure, Epstein, a little bit about weather. Yeah, I told you I didn't have many pages today. But Spirit said a new virus will soon break out. And separately, there will be something that hits an island like Puerto Rico or Cuba. Now, Puerto Rico would maybe make sense. Hurricane, no water, no electric, can bring about a virus or a bacteria, sure. But the other part of me thought maybe Cuba, and maybe it was a planned event, to try to take over Cuba. I'm not sure. Again, it just came to me today, so I'm sure I'll get more information, hopefully by next week. But two different breakouts. One's coming. Feels like it's in the now. So I would think by the holidays, likely. It feels to me like the holiday season, they're making people more paranoid. They're making people doing things. That's why you can't plug in the mass media. Making people like in an energy of fear to make them not want to go out, to make them not want to go shopping. Anything to kill the celebration of Jesus. Anything. And we, again, can't allow them to kill anything anymore. Like with their culture canceling everything out. Anyway, let me tell you a little bit about Bible prophecy. And I got mail too. I'll tell you about that too, but let me go on my other notes, because I thought this was really interesting information that came to me today. So I have all these notes that I didn't even get to go through. Oh, did you say, speaking of the Queen, we're talking about the Queen right now. Did you say Trudeau? God, that dude, man, these people got issues. In England for the Queen's mourning, and the whole country's mourning over the Queen's death, and he's singing Bohemian Rhapsody in a bar. Like, what a loser. Like the wrong place, dude. If you want to go sing Bohemian Rhapsody in a bar, do it at home. Don't do it friggin' the Queen. It's mourning. Yeah, people were a little upset about that. Just like they were upset about all the immigrants that were shipped to Martha's Vineyard. Good. I laugh. I think it's kind of funny. Like, that's a good way of getting a message across to these people, because, they all live there. That's where all their money is. Not all of them, but, that's where they live. So we'll ship them there, let them get a feel of what it's like. I think it's kind of funny. I think they kind of, hey, karma, I guess. It's a shitty way of getting a point across, but it's a good way of getting a point across. The way I look at it. Just something I mentioned in my notes. So the typhoon that just hit Japan was the 14th typhoon this year. And it was the 5th strongest storm since they began keeping records. Spirit says that's nothing compared to what's to come to that area of the globe, which means both China and Japan. I had visions, remember, of a bridge being washed away. That just happened. Where was that? That wasn't, where was that? Oh, I just lost my train of thought. But you all saw it. Was it Taiwan? I forget where it was. Bridge washed away. A significant. Oh no, Puerto Rico probably. It was probably Puerto Rico. But yeah, those things happening, and then Spirit shows me a vision of northern Japan up into China and major weather systems coming in there. That'll touch on the tip of Japan, and really now China. That's coming, like coming very soon. Let's see. Where are my notes on prophecy? I said the virus. We talked about that. Talked about Taiwan. Oh, alien UFO truth. That's all I put there. This must have came to me sometime in the past, earlier, like 4 to 5 days ago. Alien UFO truth. Speaking of truth, something is coming out in the way of a whistleblower, along with photographs that they will try to claim are fake. Oh, good information. That's not my notes. So when I publish them on Subscribestar, it's not going to be there. Yeah, because the Spirit's showing me that now. So we got to keep our eye out for that. Photos, a whistleblower. It's got to be somebody from in the government or something, I would imagine. And major truth coming out about UFOs and aliens. This includes truth, says Spirit, about the leaders of countries who have had affiliate and agreements with different alien species. Well, we already know about Eisenhower and him with the Greys. We know about that. That's all come out, but there's more. There's current spirits. There's current leaders in the world that still have close relations with extraterrestrials. Interesting. And this is the time that the lid's going to get blown off on all of it. Maybe it's the same whistleblower. Because imagine the same whistleblower having like so much stuff. But again, Spirit says there's going to be photos and they're going to make claims that the photos are fake, but they're not going to be able to cover this one up, says Spirit. They're not going to be able to cover this one up. It's being uncovered. You can't cover it up once it's uncovered, says the Spirits. Thank you, Spirits. We love you. And there's a whole, did you see that article? See, I didn't get to collect articles or stuff this week either. But what state? There's a state that's releasing all the prisoners. I don't have that article either. Darn. I forgot to do the articles aspect. But that's like a purge. Like there's a purge. I remember, you ever watch that movie? It's pretty creepy. It's like that. And there's this whole thing that's going to happen with that. There's a reason why they did that movie, The Purge. And then I think that's what it's called, The Purge. It's just in my notes. Germans are stockpiling wood. Did you hear about that? Of course they are. I'm going to be stockpiling wood in a couple weeks too. It's time. It's going to get cold out soon. Folks, you are in for the craziest winter ever, depending on where you live. And I will do a weather prediction video probably in October at some point. But it's going to be a rough winter, my friends. Rough in most places. And then some places they're going to get like summer type storms. So storms like, summer, I don't know what that means yet. Summer like storms in some places. So that's odd. We'll have to see how that plays out. But all of Europe is going to be in a deep freeze this year, which includes most of the United States too, probably, I would imagine. But I see a lot of Arctic air coming down through to Europe. And then probably coming across and to also the east coast of the United States. So folks, be prepared. The Germans are stockpiling wood. They already know it. Even though Germany took over 3 refineries. Remember I told you a while back that Germany, Spirit said something along the lines that Germany was going to get karma back. So not the German people, because we can't say the people. It's kind of like, I have no doubt that the Catholic Church is totally evil, but it doesn't mean Catholics are evil. I grew up Catholic. I'm talking about a system, not people. So, yeah, stockpile wood. Anyway, what else? Oh, here's what I wanted to read to you out of the Bible. Let me give you this prophecy. I have that opened. I know I opened that up. All right. It is out of Revelation 17. And this is interesting, and I'm going to tell you what I believe it means. One of the 7 angels who had the 7 bowls came and said to me, "Come, I will show you the punishment of the great prostitute who sits by many waters. With her, the kings of the earth committed adultery, and the inhabitants of the earth were intoxicated with the wine of her adulteries. Then the angel carried me away in the spirit into a wilderness. There I saw a woman sitting on a scarlet beast that was covered with blasphemous names and had 7 heads and 10 horns. I believe that woman, because it says in 17:4, chapter 4, Revelation 17, paragraph 4, the woman was dressed in purple and scarlet. My friends, who dressed in purple and scarlet? Do you know what purple's all about? It's royalty, right? Who dressed with purple and scarlet, with covered with blasphemous names? With glittering with gold, precious stones, and pearls. You know who I'm talking about. I mean, it's right there. It's clear as day. I saw a woman sitting on a scarlet beast that was covered with purple and scarlet, dressed in purple and scarlet, and was glittering with gold, precious stones, and pearls. She held a golden cup in her hand, filled with the abominable things and her filth of her adulteries. The name written on her forehead was a mystery. I truly believe that it's the queen. And she is now not riding that beast anymore. She is collapsed. I mean, just think about this hypothetically with me for a moment. I don't want people to think differently. I'm just hypothetically looking at this prophecy. Let me find the other notes. Because think about the seven heads, the beast with the 7 heads. What do you think that would represent, the 7 heads? I say that it represents the system that we live in, the system that we're controlled by. And I put it all in here. Now I can't find it. Go figure. Where'd it go? Anyway, so the education system, government, the money system, the justice system. What are the rest? I have the list here, but these are the 7 heads of the beast, and the 10 crowns are the who belong to the crown of England. It all goes back to that. I found that to be very, very interesting, and it makes complete sense to me, actually. Remember what I said before? Remember the Queen moved all our money. Remember the Pope moved all his money, had everybody move their money, and 48 hours before the Queen's death, a new prime minister was appointed. Like interesting things. So it kind of makes sense that this is in Revelation, and that time is significant to launching major world events. And I discovered all that just recently, and it makes total sense to my past prediction when I said the Queen dies. It's going to mark off major changes on the planet. And you know, I can't believe I can't find the list of it. Revelation. Oh yeah, here it is. So the church, the 7 heads: family, education, media, entertainment, government, the justice system, and money. That's the 7 heads of the beast, and my vision and what I believe. And think of the money, the back of the money, the pyramid at the top with the eye, the all-seeing eye. That's the Queen. She's at the top of it all. If you go back to all the ancient history and all, it all goes back to then. You know, people talk about the Holocaust that happened during World War II, but they forget about the first Holocaust, one of the first Holocausts, besides the wiping out of the indigenous people. In Europe, they had the time where they burned, maimed, and tortured over 10 million, mainly women and children, under the false terms of witchery and devil worship, to take control of the ancient pagan beliefs and churches and to instill their own belief system into it. Do your homework. It's the one thing they don't teach in schools that they should be teaching in schools. And that's why people fled across the oceans and came here to America. These are the things they don't teach, like I said, that they need to teach. But now also, did you know that Klaus Schwab, that dirtball, founded the WEF 50 years ago this year? That's quite significant too, right? 50 years. Was that his 50-year plan to take over? If you don't, I talked about the WEF earlier, so look deeper into it. I will look even more into the prophecy that relates to the Queen and all that for future videos, maybe next week. But speaking of women, I do feel that coming into power in the United States eventually will be a female, and I think it'll come after Trump comes back. Remember my original prophecy going back to 2016, or I think it was 2016, that he would win 2 terms. I just misinterpreted it like anybody would and thought it'd be 2 terms in a row. I believe he's coming back and he's going to take it. After everything goes to crap, like it already is. Not that it's going to get any better, but that just to go back to the point is I saw a woman taking power. And it wasn't, Kamala. It wasn't her. Even though I did say I saw some kind of shift with that happening, but it wouldn't last long. It's not her. And whoever this female is, I like the vibe that Spirit gave me. Felt like a good vibe. Like, what we need. Someone to finally bring in the balance, the feminine energy, and suppress that masculine dark energy that's taken over the country and the world. So I don't know when this will be, but I think it's like going into the new earth when we get to that point. So this could be still 10 years from now. But it's definitely happening, I believe, within a decade. So let's just put it that way. Florida, speaking of storms and all that, we know about Hurricane Fiona. Remember I said that there would be a storm that would come into the Gulf and hit in that area? Spirit gave me that vision reminder today of that previous vision. So hold on tight for Florida, New Orleans, and Texas, because hurricane season isn't over. And I still feel that there's a big hit coming, more than one. You lucked out with Fiona, but Puerto Rico certainly didn't. And, like Hurricane Sandy, it can suddenly take a turn. We are in an energy shift in a Mercury retrograde, and nothing goes the way you think it's going to go. Mercury retrograde is known to throw things out of order, to go the opposite of what you think it's going to do. So it's very likely that could blow right in and hit New York and fulfill the New York flood prophecies. Just don't watch everything. Don't believe what their little machines are telling them, because Mercury messes with all that stuff, as you know. Let's see. Oh, there's going to be also, I saw with this woman president thing, that it didn't feel Republican or Democrat to me. It felt like something new. That's why I liked her vibe. It felt new. So I don't know if that's, that the current system is going to collapse, Democrat, Republican, and it's just going to be one party, or if more likely there's going to be something new that arises up. I'm going to go with something new rising up, like a new party, a new thing coming. I don't know when, but it's coming. Something to keep an eye out on. And that's what people are going to want. They're going to want something new. There's too much in between and back and forth and division and blah, blah, blah. Yuck. It's awful. One. Should be just one. Not all these separation and just too much separation. And, going back to storms, again, I'm warning about storms. I also saw an article today that millions were evacuated in Japan. So if that's true, and I don't know how true it was, I only saw a glimpse of it. And actually, it was the heading of a video. I didn't even watch it. I just saw it. If that's true. Remember I said this, I think in January, people being evacuated due to weather. That could be it, maybe. I'm not sure. Just thought I'd bring it up. I saw that heading today. I don't know. But, the third seal in the book of Revelation, the black horse that comes. And the black, of course, indicates death, darkness. And if you see what that looks like, the black horse and that seal, he holds scales in his hand. I just noticed that too. I never noticed that before. He holds justice scales. That tells me that this seal is about to be broken. We already had the one broken with diseases or viruses back in 2020, and it's time for the third one to come. And that third one, the scales, I would think would have to do with bringing balance. Of course, sadly, it would bring death, which would make sense to my prediction about mass people opting out on the planet. I believe is going to happen next year in 2023. But the third seal cracking The black horse representing, of course, bringing upon death. But more intriguing to me is the scales that the horseman carries on the apocalyptic horse. Those scales could also have to do with justice system, of course, bringing balance, but it also could do with the whole financial system. That would make even more sense. So that is inevitable that that third horseman coming in from the apocalyptic horses, because again, there's four, two arrived already. That third one would be the financial collapse. It would make complete sense. And I know people think it's coming like this week because we have all these significant dates. Like, interesting thing I also learned today, because somebody sent me a thing about all the dates. Where's that? About the 8th, July 8th, Shinzo Abe was assassinated. August 8th was the Mar-a-Lago raid. September 8th was Queen Elizabeth's death. So does October 8th mean something's going to happen? Because November 8th is the United States midterm elections. So something's got to happen on the 8th. It just makes complete sense. I don't know what's with that number either. It's kind of odd. It's an odd date. But 8, and I learned that today too, the 8s, triple 8s, the infinity symbol is the symbol that represents Jesus. So that could make sense with the 8s, potentially. Just hypothetically looking at things right now. But now, so I saw this too. So someone sent me the 8th, but now there's also the 24th date. Goes back last year. September 24th was the last day of the Jubilee. September 20, well, that's this year. I'm sorry, August 24th of last year. Russia and Saudi Arabia signed their military agreement. October 24th, Evergreen failed to make a payment, if you remember that. February 24th of this year was the European war that began. March 24th, Putin demanded that all oil and gas be paid for by the ruble. April 24th, Russia was hit by two huge oil explosions. And June 24th, Roe v. Wade was overturned. September 24th, the birth of a new era, perhaps. But I thought that was interesting, the 24s. But also September 24th, coming up this weekend, is the last day of the Jubilee. And September 25th is when Rosh Hashanah begins, which I talked about in my video about September 24th, if you missed it. I thought they were all very, very interesting points to make and bring up with you all. And I'm going to stop right there. Stop right now. Someone sent me a present. I didn't even get to open it yet because I was so busy today. I'm so busy today, but I got some stuff here. I got this beautiful card. May the dreams you hold close be those which come true. Beautiful card from my friend Deborah. Oh, that's from my friend. I don't know how that got mixed in there. Look at this card. This card is so beautiful. I thought this was a beautiful card. That matches my Japanese divider over here. And this came with, this smells so good. It's a Japanese incense sachet thing. And I can't read because I have my glasses on. But this is from Miko. And she said, lots of little gifts, including this is cool. Check this out. She even wrapped it like little present. I think that's so cool. She sent me a Japanese cloth, which is really cool, which I will use. Thank you, Miko. Hope I got that right. Then I have this beautiful card. Happy birthday. Make it fun. Make it great. Make it memorable. Not on my glasses, and this is from Sharon. Thank you, Sharon. Look at that cool card. She wrote stuff I forgot my glasses. Darn it. Of course I did. But hold on, I'm gonna open up this present with you all. Whatever brings you happiness and fills your day, all the things you love. This is a beautiful card, actually, as well. Very beautiful card, and it's got lots of written in there. I like how she wrote here my birthday, and she wrote, "It's your birthday. Enjoy nature. Sleep in. Have steak. She knows me well. You forgot to put massage on there. I'm getting my massage. I can't wait. I'm looking forward to that so much. And I can't read who it's from. Sorry. CT. Thank you for the beautiful card. Thank you for the cards and the gifts. Celebrate big. That's funny because I have this whole giraffe thing in my world, my BFF, and this is from Maria in South Jersey. Thank you to Maria in South Jersey. Thank you, Miho. Miho. That was Miho. Sorry, I said it wrong. I apologize if I missed any. I don't think I did. I told you I was discombobulated today. But let's see what this cool package is. It looks like it definitely came from out of country. And I never seen a fragile sticker like that. I don't know if I think that may be Japanese. Maybe. We'll find out in a second, won't we? Kind of cool, right? Kind of cool. Oh, I can't open it. Oh, my Lord, help me. Don't have scissors. Ooh, So I'm working on another video for y'all that I hope and plan to put out as a premiere on my birthday, the Equinox. And folks, you're going to want to know about this video. You're going to want to listen to this video. It's going to be a lesson on how to celebrate your birthday and how powerful and magical your birthday actually is. It is the most powerful day of the year. I'm going to teach you how to utilize it and tell you why it's the most powerful day of the year. So, and I thought, I've been wanting to do that video for a while. Just never got around to it. I said, what a better day to do it than to put it out on the Equinox birthday. And that's what I will do. So who is this from? Please put this yellow paper at the back of the plate. Then it will be much better. This is from Maki in Japan. Cool. I want to go to Japan so bad. I really want to go to Japan so bad. Look, this is so cool. I love Japanese stuff. Japanese. She sent me a letter, but again, I don't have glasses on. But look, that's cool. Japanese. Love Japanese stuff. I was definitely Japanese in a past life. Thank you, Maki. Let's see what the plate is, because I can't wait to see what it looks like, because here's the plate holder. Oh my God, it's going to be a really cool Japanese plate. You watch. It's going to be really cool. If I can open it. Ooh, it's wrapped so pretty. Because I don't know where I would hang it. I'm about to redo my whole house and paint it. I haven't done that since I got this house. She said with the yellow paper. Hold on, where's the yellow paper? Yellow paper got crunched, but I can get another. I don't know if y'all can see that. Probably can't see it very well. It looks like a warrior dude. That's a total samurai warrior dude. Maybe it'll look better for you on the back of this. Now you can see a little better. That is so cool. Thank you, Maki from Japan. I will find a place for that in my kitchen where it won't get messed up ever. Other than that, remember what I told you about Equinox, my friends. Remember, it is a powerful time to give thanks to all the things. Sit down, write a letter. It's powerful. Thanking the universe for all the amazing things that happened in the past year, and then do another letter thanking the universe for all the amazing things that are coming in the coming year. Amazing and powerful. Utilize it. Remember, our ancestors celebrated these times with so much feasting and festivities and ceremonies. It's the time. Moving in from fall equinox to the Day of the Dead, or All Hallows Eve, my favorite time of year. Well, I'll see you all again next week, and don't forget to keep an eye out for the birthday ceremony video, because you're going to want to know how to do that when it comes around to your birthday. Until then, until the next time, remember to celebrate life, celebrate you, be kind to others as you wish others to be kind to you, because we all know that mean people suck. Completely. Like, totally. Spiritman JT signing off. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Namaste. Much love. Much love.